I stood frozen at the bedroom door, my heart thundering in my chest as I watched the two of them, naked, tangled, panting, and moaning, beneath the harsh glow of studio lights. My girlfriend Alyssa was on all fours, her eyes glazed with pleasure, while my best friend Rachel, yes, Rachel, was behind the camera, guiding her, touching her, joining her. The same Rachel who once told me loyalty was the foundation of everything, who held my hand through heartbreaks, who called Alyssa my soulmate, was now shouting angles and directions while climbing into the frame herself. They did not see me. Not at first. But when they did, Rachel had the audacity to smirk. And Alyssa? Her mouth dropped open. She tried to speak, but I had already turned around, stumbling backwards into the hallway, choking on air. If you are watching this right now, thank you for being here. If you are already subscribed to this channel, I cannot thank you enough for your support, it means everything to me. To all the new viewers and those who keep coming back but have not subscribed yet, please, I am begging you, hit that subscribe button. It is the only thing that fuels this channel and keeps me strong enough to keep sharing my stories. Do not forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read them all. Now, let me take you back to how this all began. My name is Emily Rhodes. I am a 28-year-old graphic designer living in Miami. White, raised Catholic, emotionally loyal to a fault. I thought I had finally found peace, love, laughter, Sunday brunches, and slow dances in the kitchen, with Alyssa Carter. She was a yoga instructor, tan skin and ocean blue eyes, the kind of woman who smiled with her whole soul. She made me feel safe. Seen. Desired. We had been together for 2 years. We lived in a pastel-painted townhouse just outside Brickell. People called us goals. And then there was Rachel. Rachel Green was my best friend for nearly a decade. She was loud, wild, and the self-proclaimed queen of loyalty over everything. She did not believe in cheating. She loathed betrayal. She wore her values like armor. She once slapped a girl at a party for flirting with my ex. That was Rachel. Or so I thought. Rachel loved to spend time at our place. Movie nights, wine Wednesdays, backyard barbecues, she was practically family. Sometimes, I wondered if she was too close. Alyssa and I would cuddle on the couch, and Rachel would find some excuse to slip in between us. She would joke, I am the third wheel who holds this love together. But I never thought twice. Because I trusted her. I trusted both of them. Things changed about 6 weeks ago. Alyssa started coming home late from the studio. She said her clients were booking late-night sessions. She would return with messy hair, sore legs, and the kind of glow I used to think was mine alone. Rachel, too, began acting strange. Her messages became shorter, her voice sharper. She dodged my invitations, but somehow still made time for Alyssa. I would find traces, lip gloss smudges on our wine glasses when I had been away, music playing in the guest room when no one was supposed to be home. But it was one night, the night that broke everything, that I followed my gut. Alyssa said she was going to her studio to shoot a meditation series for her subscribers. Something told me not to believe her. So I pretended to head out to visit my sister, but circled back around the block. I parked 2 houses down. I waited for the light in our upstairs bedroom to flicker on. It did. I walked up quietly, heart pounding. The front door was unlocked. Our house. My house. I slipped inside, crept up the stairs, and heard laughter. A woman's voice, sultry, commanding. Arch your back more, baby. That's perfect. It was Rachel. And when I pushed open the door, just slightly, I saw everything. A makeshift porn set. Camera. Tripod. Ring lights. Alyssa in lingerie she told me she had thrown away. Rachel in jeans and nothing else, holding the camera, licking her lips. They were filming. They were enjoying it. They had done this before. Alyssa turned her head mid-moan. Her eyes met mine. she gasped. Rachel smirked. Well, look who decided to drop in. I could not move. I could not scream. I just backed away. My vision was blurred. I made it down the stairs. My legs almost gave out. I made it to the car. Drove with shaking hands. I parked in some empty Publix lot and screamed into my steering wheel until my voice cracked. I did not go home that night. Or the next. I stayed with a friend. I did not answer Alyssa's calls. Rachel texted me once, "You should have knocked." I wanted to vomit. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to erase them both from my life. But I knew I needed answers. And when I finally got them, it only got worse. There is a numbness that follows betrayal. Not the kind that fades after a few hours of crying, but the kind that wraps around your chest and makes everything, even breathing, feel heavy. That was me in the days after I saw Rachel and Alyssa through that open door. My body functioned. My hands drove. My mouth sipped coffee. But inside, everything had stopped. I did not go home for 5 days. On the 6th, I returned only because I needed clothes and a laptop charger. I half expected the house to be empty, or burned to the ground. Instead, Alyssa was waiting on the porch, makeup free, knees pulled to her chest, eyes swollen. I hated how beautiful she still looked. "Please," she said, standing slowly as I walked up. "You need to hear me out." I said nothing. I walked past her. Inside, everything was clean. No cameras. No ring lights. The bed was made. It almost looked like nothing had happened. But it had. I could still smell Rachel's perfume in the air. That mix of cinnamon and rot. I dropped my keys on the counter and stared at Alyssa. "Sit." She did. I sat across from her. "Tell me everything. But do not lie. If you lie once, I will walk out and never come back." She nodded. What she said next changed everything I thought I knew. "It started with money," Alyssa said. "I was behind on rent, this was before we moved in together. Rachel offered to help. She had a business." I leaned in. "What kind of business?" She hesitated. "OnlyFans. Porn." She called it empowered erotica. She said it was about women taking control of their bodies. Making their own choices. No men. Just us. I could feel bile rise in my throat. She said it was just for fun at first. She filmed herself. Then she invited others. Girls she trusted. Women she could convince. She never paid them fully. She said visibility was the payment. Exposure. "Did you volunteer?" I asked. "No," Alyssa said softly. "At least, not at first." I stared at her, stone-faced. She pressured me. She made me feel guilty. She said if I loved her. "Wait," I interrupted. "Loved her?" Alyssa looked down. There it was. The second knife. She said we would make money. That we could keep it secret. That you would never find out. I sat there, gripping the edge of the table so hard I thought my fingers might snap off. So it had been going on for months. While I was grocery shopping. While I was designing corporate logos for cheap clients. While I was planning weekend getaways and date nights and imagining our future. "She used me," I said flatly. Alyssa's voice cracked. "She used both of us." I almost believed her. Almost. But then I remembered the smirk on Rachel's face when she saw me. The calm. The arrogance. The certainty that I would do nothing. "I want to see everything," I said. Alyssa blinked. "What?" "Your messages. Your contracts. The videos. Everything. If I am going to understand what the hell you got involved in, I need to see it." That night, Alyssa unlocked her laptop. What I found made my skin crawl. Rachel had built an entire underground brand. Hundreds of videos. Professional lighting. Staged apartments. Roleplay scripts. It was marketed as authentic female intimacy. But it was fake. Manipulative. A revolving door of vulnerable women with pretty faces and broken wallets. And Rachel? She was not just filming it. She was starring in it. Directing. Monetizing. Taking 70% of the profits. She ran everything under a shell business called RG Studios LLC. She signed NDAs with fake legalese, threatened girls who backed out, and trademarked every face she filmed. Alyssa had signed away her image rights. She cried as I read the contract aloud. She promised me it was temporary, she whispered. She said she would delete everything when I wanted out. But Rachel never deleted anything. She archived it. She sold it. My girlfriend's body. My best friend's brand. It was betrayal, digitized. Just when I thought I had heard the worst of it, I opened the folder labeled Content Archive, EMR. Those were my initials. Inside were photos. Videos. Screenshots. Of me. Kissing Alyssa. Sleeping. Showering. Laughing. Intimate moments, some with clothes, some without. She filmed me? I asked, my voice thin and shaking. Alyssa swallowed hard. She set up a hidden cam once. Said it was a prank. I told her to delete it. I thought she did. I shut the laptop. The betrayal had now tripled. Not only had Rachel slept with my girlfriend, filmed porn with her, manipulated her, but she had exploited me. Without consent. Without a soul. I stared at the wall in silence. For maybe 20 minutes. Alyssa tried to speak again, but I held up a hand. I needed to think. I needed revenge. But not the screaming, slapping kind. That would be too easy. Rachel had built her brand on fake morals. On loyalty. On community. She wrapped herself in feminism while violating it behind the scenes. She needed to fall. Not just personally, but publicly. And I would be the one to make it happen. But I would not go alone. Alyssa would help me. Because if she did not, I would bury them both. I had never planned revenge before. Not real revenge. Not the kind that kept you up at night mapping out timelines, scraping through hard drives, and rehearsing confrontation speeches while brushing your teeth. But something inside me had broken the moment I saw myself in that folder, naked, unaware, and exposed like a prop in someone else's business model. Rachel had taken something from me. From Alyssa. From every woman she lured into her filthy empire. She had packaged vulnerability as empowerment, and betrayal as business. She called it loyalty, but it was exploitation from the beginning. I was going to end it. And I was going to enjoy it. Alyssa became my reluctant partner in all of it. Not because I forgave her, not yet. But because she was the only one who knew the depth of Rachel's setup. She helped me gather everything, the fake contracts, the client lists, the private content vault, and most importantly, the messages. Rachel never deleted anything. Her ego would not let her. She had voice notes of girls begging her to remove videos. She laughed at them. She mocked their bodies in texts. She bragged about making money off desperate sapphics trying to feel special. The worst part? She had an entire folder labeled Loyalty Equals Leverage, filled with receipts of manipulation, screenshots, bait messages, even recorded Zoom calls where she coached Alyssa on how to seduce me into filming innocently playful content. It made me sick. It made me sharp. Alyssa gave me admin access to the content servers. I backed up everything on a drive and locked it with a password only I knew. And then, we launched the plan. Rachel hosted a live-streamed Loyalty Talks event every month. It was her signature branding moment. She wore all white, sat in front of a minimalist backdrop with soft lighting, and read curated questions from her followers. Women loved her for it. They believed in her. That night, she started the stream as usual. Perfect hair. Glossy lips. Her voice soft and commanding. "What does loyalty mean to you?" she asked the audience. In the comments section, hearts. Fire emojis. Worship. But then, the stream glitched. The lighting changed. And my voice came through. "Let me answer that for you, Rachel." Her eyes froze. I had pre-recorded a voiceover. Alyssa had scheduled it through the admin panel. It played automatically 5 minutes in. The video flipped to a compilation, Rachel mocking women, recording them secretly, her laughing as she showed explicit clips. The screen filled with text overlays, non-consensual content. Fraudulent contracts. Emotional manipulation. The chat went wild. Viewers left. Sponsors dropped. The stream was cut within 10 minutes, but the damage had been done. The video had already been duplicated and posted to every major social platform with the hashtag #FakeLoyaltyQueen. Rachel tried to control the fallout, but her image shattered faster than glass. Women came forward. Some filed lawsuits. Others broke NDAs. Her studio was raided. Her platform was banned from multiple content hosting services. And me? I watched it all unfold with the kind of cold satisfaction that comes only after surviving hell. Alyssa moved out the same week. She left me a letter, 4 pages of apologies, reflections, and confessions. She said she had confused control for intimacy. That Rachel knew how to find girls who needed approval, then twist them. I burned the letter in the sink. I did not want her words anymore. I wanted space. Peace. Time. Months passed. The weather shifted. I got a new apartment on the quieter side of Miami, close to the marina. I stopped wearing makeup. I stopped pretending I was okay. I let myself feel everything: rage, grief, confusion, shame, guilt. Healing is not linear. Some nights I still wake up hearing Alyssa's laugh. Other nights I see Rachel's smirk as clearly as I did that day in the bedroom. But I am not the same woman anymore. I told the truth. I held someone accountable. And I survived. I met someone recently. Her name is Dani. She works at the flower shop near my new place. She has tattoos and the kind of voice that makes you feel like you are not being judged, even when you are falling apart. She knows about the past. I told her everything. She said something that stuck with me. Some people weaponize love. You just happen to be caught in the crossfire. I do not know where things with her will go. But for now, I feel safe again. And that, for me, is enough. To anyone watching this, I want to leave you with this. Just because someone says loyalty over and over does not mean they know how to practice it. Loyalty is not words. It is not a brand. It is not a hashtag. It is quiet, honest action, especially when no one is watching. And when someone chooses to betray that, let them go. But do not stay silent. Because telling your story is the most powerful revenge of all.